Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing week and that you guys aren't getting bored or anything on quarantine. We all miss you here and we're really excited to be able to do these virtual teaching classes with you. Today, we're going to learn about Balaam and Balak, and we're going to jump right into our big picture question, which is, what does it mean to sin? I don't know if any of you guys remember the answer, but the answer to that is to sin is to think, speak, or behave in any way that goes against God and his nature. And so we'll see a little bit of that play into the story that we talk about today, which is again about Balaam and Balak. So if you guys want to follow along, you can go in to your Bibles and find the book Numbers, and it's chapter 22 through 24. That's where we're getting our story from. And so the Israelites came to the edge of the promised land. They camped near the Jordan River in the plains of Moab. By now, all of the previous generation had died except for Moses, Joshua, and Caleb. Balak, the king of Moab, saw the Israelites and was afraid. If the Israelites moved into Moab, they could take over. King Balak sent his messengers to a man named Balaam. The king said, "Come and curse the Israelites so that I might be able to defeat them." The king believed that whomever Balaam cursed became cursed, and whomever he blessed became blessed. When Balaam went with the king's officials, God sent an angel to stop Balaam. Balaam could not see the angel, but his donkey could. 3 times the angel stood in the way, and 3 times the donkey stopped. First, the donkey went off the road. Then she ran into a wall. Finally, she crouched down on the ground. Balaam didn't understand why the donkey was stopping. He hit the donkey with his stick. So God gave the donkey the ability to speak. "What have I done to you that made you beat me 3 times?" the donkey said. "You made me look like a fool," Balaam said. God then allowed Balaam to see the angel, and Balaam said, "I was wrong. I didn't know you were trying to stop me. If you don't think I should go, I'll return home right now." The angel said, "It's all right for you to go, but you must only say what I tell you." When he arrived, Balaam told the king, "I will only say what God tells me to say." Balaam told the king that God had blessed the Israelites, so Balaam blessed them too. In fact, he blessed them 3 times. The king was angry. "I brought you here to curse the Israelites, but you have blessed them," he said. "Go home." Before Balaam went home, he had a special message for the king. Balaam said that one day a powerful king would be born to the people of Israel. The message was a special promise. "I see him, but not now. I perceive him, but not near. A star will come from Jacob, and a scepter will arise from Israel." After Balaam had said these things, he went home. So we see from this that every time I hear this story personally, I am always surprised at Balaam's reaction to the donkey, because he always gets super angry, and I mean, it's a donkey, so what else, it's not like they're super intelligent or anything, so if he's stopping, you'd think it's kind of to do with you or something that you're doing. But he carried on like it was a normal thing when his donkey started talking, and was just acting like, "Yep, you're a regular person, I'm gonna talk to you now." And so he ended up listening to God and what God was trying to tell him. And because of that, he actually had a special message or prophecy about how God was going to bless Israel in the future. And he prophesied that a powerful king, which we know now is Jesus, but they didn't necessarily know that back then, would come from Jacob's family. The star and the scepter meant Jesus would be a king, and Jesus will come back one day and he will reign as king over all. In our Bible story, King Balak was afraid of the Israelites, and he wanted to defeat them so they would leave his kingdom, but that wasn't God's plan. King Balak repeatedly asked Balaam to curse the people, and what happened each time? God commanded Balaam to bless his people instead of curse them. And thus, Balaam spoke blessings on the Israelites. So Balaam could not curse God's people because God had blessed the Israelites, so Balaam had to bless them too. 1,400 years after Balaam announced God's promise, Jesus was born. God sent Jesus to bless the whole world by rescuing people from sin. And that's where we bring our big picture question back into it, which is, what is sin? And it's to sin is to think, speak, or behave in any way that goes against God and his commands. And today we are actually again going to mention our key passage, which is Proverbs 3:5-6, which is, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you what path to take." So just keep in mind that just as he showed Balaam what path to take on his way to Balak and how he was supposed to bless the people instead of Israel, keep in mind that God's going to be guiding you and directing your paths as well. So I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing week, and I can't wait to see you guys.